Here on the is a top rail that goes across above the doors and connects the front together. There's a cutout that's 12 inches wide in the center of it here that will be a pull-out to make a slide at the top edge right beneath the top of the nightstand, and it will pull out. So it's been cut, and I'm going to try to make it not necessarily hidden, but at least so that it doesn't stand out much. So what I've done is I've I'll have it I've got a piece of paper on each end here that'll act as a spacer. And there's the other one. So that when I glue this back together, then it'll have a very tight tolerance, 4.5 to 5 thousandths of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that in. And the grain is pretty, it's not real bland, but it's dark and doesn't have much crossing grain. It's all linear right in this area, so that when these go together, hopefully it won't show up much. Okay, that should do it. Let that set up, and then I need to cut the mortise on the end of this, half-inch tenon on each end of this. So I have to trim this end down, and then I'll cut the tenon on it so that it'll be ready to install. I need to cut mortises on the end of this horizontal front rail. Check my 5 points. So now set up the mortise, or the tenoning jig. Make the vertical Clean up that slot, and I think it's going to fit just fine. Check the other one. Yep, it'll fit just perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, let me assemble this panel using Type Bond 3. I like it because it's a darker glue, and on wood like walnut, it doesn't show up as bad. And on top of that, I think I found that cleaning it up afterward is a little bit easier than the 2 or the 1. But at any rate, going to just glue one side of the joint. These are kind of, oh, you have to fidget with them a lot to assemble these joints, so I'm going to have to hurry just a little bit. Okay, so we'll let that sit for a couple hours and then we'll do the other side. Well, I need to bore holes for dowels to attach the bottoms of these side frames to the horizontal rail that is mounted, that forms the bottom of the cabinet, and has the feet underneath it here, and the horizontal rail will run this way. But at any rate, that's attached with dowels. So I'm going to bore 5 holes in each of these side panels. It's a 5/16 dowel, and I'm going to put these holes 3/4 of an inch deep. I'll do that other panel right quick. So there's the front side of this panel. Okay. So now I can start working on the horizontal rail that attaches to those. I'm going to glue up the bottom panel. So the back panel came out pretty good. It's pretty flat. It's not bad. So there's a few little ridges here, and I'll have to scrape those, sand this down, then I can trim it and put it in. So that's what the bottom's going to end up looking like. Okay, I'm ready to drill holes in these doors for the pulls. And these have to be inset, so it's a little bit larger hole than you would put in a flat mount or flush mount cabinet pull. So got them all marked out. They're on 3-inch centers, and I'm going to go ahead and poke those in. Let's see if they fit. This is another one-shot deal. There you go. That's what I like. Nice fit. Yep, let me drill the other one. I'll move the other side where I can see it better. There you go. Perfect. I like it. Having them against the fence guarantees that the distance here will be exactly the same on both of them, which keeps them straight, as well as, you know, equal from panel to panel. Well, this is the back of the nightstand. It has an insert that'll go in here that will allow him to have two electrical plugs, two USB-Cs and two USB-As. It's not glued together, it's just sitting in there. I've got all the parts cut, they're fit, they're ready to go, so I'm gonna pull that out of there, and I'll use this surface, so I'm gonna have to set all this aside and then we'll glue it up. Okay, well, this is just about going to wrap it up for this one. We ended up getting to the two side panels finished. We got the back panel finished, and on the front, we got the front rail and the two doors done. So that's all the sides. And the next one, I think the next one, we'll make the top, and then down on the bottom to hold that all together and to make a base for the pineapple feet to hook onto, we'll make that horizontal bottom rail. They have a few details on them that are pretty decorative, so it'll take a little time to make those. Now, we'll get those two made in the next video. Do appreciate you watching, and I hope you have nothing less than a wonderful day.